What's good? What is good? What is good, everybody? I am back with another episode of King Jude Talks. And today, as you can probably tell by the background, we are going to be talking about WrestleMania 42. More specifically, the current match card and my predictions of said match card. So, not going to take up too much time. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's chat. Now, let's go over night one first. I'm gonna give my predictions of what I think, who I think will win, and just my overall expectations for said match. So, not gonna waste too much more time. Night one, we start with Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. I have to be honest. I'm not I'm not feeling this match too much. I'm not looking. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't care enough about this match. Like talking about it. Clearly, Drew McIntyre was a transitional champion. Lost the belt to Cody Rhodes on SmackDown because of Jacob Fatu's interference to set that rivalry up and to set up Cody versus who we'll get to later, Cody versus Randy. I don't know, y'all. I'm not very excited for this match at all. I mean, I'm not to say it won't be a good match. I like Drew McIntyre. I like Jacob Fatu. I just wish Drew McIntyre would have been coming into WrestleMania as a champion other than, just these stupid feuds that they keep putting him in, like with Damian Priest and now with Jacob Fatu. That's just like Drew McIntyre. I feel like he deserves another WrestleMania world title match, in my opinion. I know the last one he had was at WrestleMania 40 when he won. I mean, fuck, he got cashed in on right after that. There's that. But I think Jacob Fatu is probably going to end up taking a dub in this one. I mean, like I said, I'm not too entertained with this match. I'm not too excited for the match. I don't really care a lot about it. So I think Jacob is probably going to take the dub. Moving on, we have the Usos and LA Knight, the Usos and LA Knight versus Division, which consists of Logan Paul and Austin Theory, as well as goddamn iShow Speed. I probably care about this match even less than Drew and goddamn Jacob, to be honest with you. I don't like I don't care for the Vision. I really don't. I mean, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are both injured. They're the ones that were carrying the Vision, in my opinion. Logan he's entertaining, don't get me wrong. He's a good heel, but Austin Theory, I never was a fan of his. I'm not saying that Austin is a bad wrestler because he's a phenomenal wrestler, but his character has just always been boring to me. His character worked from when he first started out with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae to the main roster thing when he went out on his own to now the Vision thing. I never cared for Austin Theory's characters. Great wrestler in the ring, just don't care about his characters. And why the fuck is iShow Speed in this match? Why is Triple H putting in all these goddamn You know what? I'm not even gonna say it's Triple H. At this point, I think it's TKO. They keep putting all these goddamn celebrities in these matches that don't need to be in these matches. But clearly the faces are gonna win. So Usos and LA Knight, they're probably gonna get the dub. Moving on, we got Gunther versus Seth Rollins. This match makes no sense to me. They have no prior rivalry going on between this. I mean, I really thought Seth Rollins would be going against somebody in the Vision, to be honest. But I understand that I think Braun Breaker was the original plan, or Bronson Reed, one of them. One of them were the original plan until they got injured, of course. So now it's like they got to get out of jail free card. They got to call in Gunther, but I feel like Gunther should have been going against somebody else as well. Again, there's just no rivalry there. This match was very thrown together in my opinion. And I like Gunther and I like Rollins. I like both wrestlers. I like Gunther a little more than Rollins. I like Rollins' character more than Gunther, but I love Gunther's style of wrestling more than Seth Rollins. Another match that I'm not too particularly excited about. I mean, this WrestleMania Night 1 card is kind of weak in my opinion. But in other words, in any case, hell, I don't know. I'm going to just say Gunther's going to get it. Because why would you have a legend killer that just retired AJ Styles and quote unquote, and so called, well, I'm not going to say so called, that technically a retired AJ Styles and John Cena. Having him lose at WrestleMania is not the way to go about that. So I say Gunther's going to get the win. Moving on to the Women's IC Championship match between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. This match I'm actually pretty excited for. I will say, I wish they would have saved AJ Lee winning the championship for WrestleMania instead of having her win at Elimination Chamber. That would have made it a lot better feeling, in my opinion. But in any case, their rivalry has been pretty good. I mean, it's getting kind of stale. Well, let me rephrase that. Their rivalry has been good to me. However, it has run its course. It's definitely old. I mean, they need to just put the shit to bed. It's starting to feel like Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan's rivalry from, a while back. They just kept beating that dead horse when it's like, bro, we don't care anymore. Just in the rivalry, let them two go on by their separate ways and move on. And I feel like I'm hoping that this will be the final match between them. And I feel like Becky Lynch is going to take the win. My prediction is AJ Lee, but I would be lying if I said I didn't feel like Becky Lynch. They will probably put the belt on Becky Lynch just because, star power and this and that. But I mean, hell, you got star power with AJ Lee too, so it really wouldn't make no sense for me to put the belt on Becky Lynch. But you can't put nothing past WWE. So my prediction for that is AJ Lee. However, I'm gonna put an asterisk by that. Moving on to the women's tag team championship fatal four-way match. The teams consist of Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bella Twins versus the Irresistible Forces, that being Nia Jax and Lash Legend. This entire four-way rivalry has just been so messy, in my opinion. Bayley and Lyra, I mean, they just kind of threw them together. Since Charlotte, they have chemistry. Irresistible Forces are by far my favorite tag team out of the four. The Bella Twins, I pray that they do not win. The Bella Twins do not need this win, but I feel like they're going to give them the win. I don't like Nikki Bella, and I don't like Brie Bella. Neither one of them can wrestle to me. I don't know why they're in the Hall of Fame, and I'm not hating on neither one of them because, clearly to be in the Hall of Fame, they had to have done something. I understand that they brought in a different crowd with their reality TV shows, but them two just can't wrestle to me. Like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella could never wrestle to me. Brie Bella has probably the worst theme song in the history of WWE. Nikki Bella's ain't all that good either. I mean, I've just never been a fan of the Bella Twins. I'm sorry. I just don't see why they're in the Hall of Fame because they didn't really do shit. I mean, Nikki did more than Brie. So if anybody shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but if we had to pick somebody to be in there, it should be Nikki over Brie, not both of them. But like I said, I don't think neither one of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not hating on either one of them. They're hard workers. I will never knock them for being hard workers. But I just don't think they're great. I don't think they're good wrestlers at all. And coming from me, who's probably out of shape like a motherfucker, hell, take that with a grain of salt. So do with that information what you will. But I think the Irresistible Forces are going to be the ones to take the dub in this one. Moving on to the Women's World Championship match, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vakir. I think that Stephanie Vakir's title reign has been absolute dog shit. And I hate to say that because she's barely defended the belt. I mean, she only had, 2 defenses, if that? I think 2 or 3, something like that. It's just WWE just hasn't had anything good for her since winning this title belt. I mean, I know she defended against Nikki Bella once. I know she defended she defended it against somebody else and I forgot who it was. That's how forgettable her title reign has been. And it's crazy because I like Stephanie. She's a great wrestler, but her title reign has just been shit. Like absolute dog shit. So I think Liv Morgan is going to be the one to take the dub in this one. And I guess from there, I don't know. I feel like if Stephanie were to retain, it would be due to some sort of interference from Roxanne Perez, either fucking up, trying to help Liv Morgan and failing, or just turning on Liv Morgan. It could be one or the other. Who knows? Next one, the main event of night one. Well, before I get to that, I know there's been something about Io Sky possibly facing Asuka at WrestleMania. I don't know if that's gonna come true or not. I think they're going to save that for SmackDown. But in the event that they do have that for WrestleMania, my pick for that is going to be Asuka, even though Io is probably going to be the one to take it. But the main event of night one is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. If Randy Orton does not win this match, something is truly wrong with TKO. Something's really wrong with WWE. something is really wrong with Triple H. Cody Rhodes, his first reign, honestly, I feel like the Cody Rhodes novelty, it wore off when he first won the championship back at WrestleMania 40. His reigns haven't been all that good, in my opinion. The first reign was good, but the second reign wasn't all that. The third reign has been even worse. Well, I say that lightly because it hasn't really been that much going on. I think that Randy, it's time. It's time for Randy to get his 15th. I mean, hell, he's white hot right now as a heel. Cody Rhodes is being booed out the building as a babyface. I mean, hell, the writing is right there. And then TKO does that stupid shit bringing in Pat McAfee, which I don't understand why they did that. Pat and Randy have literally no goddamn chemistry together. They haven't done anything prior to this program, so why the fuck are we bringing in Pat McAfee for this? If anybody should have been brought in, it should have either been Ric Flair or Ted DiBiase Jr., one or the other. Somebody that Randy Orton actually has chemistry with, going back to Evolution with Ric Flair, going back to Legacy with goddamn Ted DiBiase Jr. I think Ted would have been the better pick because then you reintroduced that Legacy angle, but Pat McAfee was not it. I'm sorry. TKO, y'all are smoking dicks for bringing him in. In any case, I think Randy Orton's going to take the dub on that one. Just a quick recap. Night one before I start with night two. Night one, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. I have Jacob coming out on top. Usos and LA Knight versus Vision and I Show Speed. I have Usos and LA Knight coming out on top. I have Gunther going over versus Seth Rollins. I have AJ Lee winning over Becky Lynch, retaining the IC championship. I have Nia Jax and Lash Legend retaining their tag team championships against Bliss and Charlotte, Bayley and Lyra, and the Bella Twins. I have Liv Morgan capturing the Women's World Championship from Stephanie Vakir. Shout out to main event. I think he said like Stephanie Vacqua, something like that. That shit was hilarious. I still laugh at that to this day. And then I have in the main event Randy Orton capturing number 15 over Cody Rhodes. Now, moving on to night two. I am a little more excited for this. Just a little bit. Not very much, just a little bit. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. That is the match I'm most excited for. It has to be hard hitting. It has to be fast paced. You cannot have a match drag out like this with two fucking twin towers like that. It got to be like WrestleMania 33 with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. How fast paced that match was. That's how fast paced this match needs to be. It has to be fast, destructive, chaotic, and just throwing motherfuckers around. I have Obafemi going over though. I think it's his time. I don't think Brock Lesnar needs another win. I mean, hell, he's at the end of his career, so it would only make sense for him to put over a young up and coming demon such as Obafemi. Moving on to the IC Championship ladder. At this point, we might well call it the annual IC Championship ladder match because this shit done been around since goddamn what WrestleMania 31. They do it very often now. I know 31 they didn't. No, 31 they did do it. 34 they didn't. But in any case, the participants are JD McDonough, Ian Lee, Rusev for some odd reason, Rey Mysterio, and Javon Evans. My money is on Javon Evans. I mean, I fuck with dude heavy. I like his style. I like that he's up and coming. I mean, I like JD. I like Penta. Don't care too much for Dragon Lee. Don't care at all about Rusev. And of course, we know Rey Mysterio is a legend. But I think Javon Evans deserves this. I think he's been busting his ass. He's hot with the crowds. I mean, he puts in the work. He has the flashy style. I think that is his time to do that. Moving on to Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship. I couldn't care less about this match. I'm going to just say Trick Williams is going to win. It should have been Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes, in my opinion. I don't know why the fuck WWE took the belt off of Carmelo to put it back on Sammy. He did not need that title belt. But in any case, I have Trick Williams going over, and I hope he dog walks Sami Zayn. Not saying I hate Sami Zayn, but I hope he dog walks us. WWE Women's Championship match between Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. This feud has been very, very weird. I mean, the promos have been all over the place. It makes no sense that Meek Shin and B-Fab have joined forces with Jade Cargill, considering that she's been whooping their asses for weeks at this point. And like I said, the promos have been all over the place. They've been pretty ass. I mean, Jade is this hurts me to say this, but Jade she's okay. She's okay as a wrestler. She's getting better at promo work. But I don't know. As much as I would love to see Jade retain. I just don't think it's there for her right now. So I think Rhea Ripley. I think they made an obvious choice when Rhea and Io lost the tag team championships. So clearly Rhea Ripley is going to be coming out on top. Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Now this match is going to be interesting because there's that rivalry between Dominic and Finn Balor going back to the Judgment Day days. In case y'all don't know, Dominic turned his back on Finn for whatever reason. I think it's because when Dominic lost the IC championship because Finn and him wouldn't help him. And it was Finn's call to not help. So you know how that is. Dominic gotta be the cocky heel, you know, what have you. Dominic is a hell of a fucking heel. I must admit that. He's always been a great heel. But I think that Demon Finn Balor needs the win here. I don't think Dominic needs to win. I think he still has so much more time to really, you know, improve and get, you know, make his way into his prime. But Finn Balor, he's been losing pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view, or should I say PLE after PLE after PLE. Finn Balor needs to win this match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Moving on to the main event. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Boy, when I tell you this feud has been great. This is probably the only feud that has been good out of every other feud that I've mentioned. I think that CM Punk has done great mic work. He's had a great run with the World Heavyweight Championship, but I think it's time. I mean, he won it back at SummerSlam. He had a nice little 6-month reign with it. Clearly, WWE they want Roman Reigns to be back, you know, at the top of the mountain, more or less, or back at the head of the table, pun intended. So I think Roman Reigns is going to end up taking it for this one. So just a quick recap on night 2. I have Obafemi going over Brock Lesnar. I have Javon Evans going over in the IC Championship ladder match. I have Trick Williams going over Sami Zayn and capturing the U.S. Championship. I have Rhea Ripley capturing the WWE Women's Championship from Jade Cargill, even though I would love Jade to retain, but let's just be realistic about that. WWE has a hard on for Rhea Ripley, so she's most likely going to win. I have Finn Balor going over Dominic Mysterio. And in the main event, I have the Roman Reigns resubmitting himself at the head of the table, capturing the World Heavyweight Championship from CM Punk. All right, y'all. Those are my predictions. We going to check back after WrestleMania next week, and we'll see what I got right, what I got wrong, and we just going to talk about it. So, you know, I appreciate y'all tuning in.